Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we're going to be looking at some Empire versus Bretonnian matchups. Sorry I haven't released too many videos lately. Um, I just got struck with this huge bout of food poisoning, so I wasn't able to get to work. And I just kind of like sat in bed and died for a couple days there. So here I am, back at it. Very pretty rusty because I haven't played in like I don't know. I haven't really played this whole week. I played a little bit of the campaign, um, and a couple multiplayer battles, but now I'm hopping back in. Was trying to get some recordings for you guys. Still getting a lot of Bretonnians in quick battle. Um, so let's go over the army comps here. I was letting that go a little bit too long. Here you can see I'm lining up my silver bullets for some early shots against these Royal Pegasus Knights. I could have done that better if I just stopped them moving earlier. But there you are. So this is my anti-Bretonnian build. 4 greatswords, 5 spearmen, silver bullets, and 2 demigryph knights with halberds. One of these guys is the Royal Altar of Griffites for the Terror. And then in the middle I have Curl Franz. And I brought this guy because he has armor piercing even when he's not on a griffin, so he's a great lord to bring on the ground. And I also have him and the demigryph knights being supported by the Jade Wizard. Yeah, and of course my silver bullets here. We'll be trying to get some shots off on these guys. Getting right past their physical resistance here, so we're going to be doing some good damage. Here, a little bit of... I was hoping to catch these knights errant, but luckily, or I mean, I guess unluckily, he moves them away. And you can see here, I'm getting completely surrounded here. But that's why I have my spearmen on all sides. The Bretonnian main line here is composed of 4 foot squires, 4 peasant mobs, and then on each side, on this side, there's 2 questing knights and the Fey Enchantress, and over here there's a questing knight and a knights errant, and up in the air he has 2 of these Royal Pegasus Knights. So definitely a lot of danger here. When I saw this army's kind of dependent on them bringing more foot squires than they do here. So this is not quite looking too good for me. Here, an Awakening in the Wood is going to come down, so I'm going to try and dodge it. And then charge these peasant mob, because there's really nothing else I can do here. My silver bullets are going to move up. These guys, these Royal Pegasus Knights, are going to be posturing. Am I going to get a shot in? There, I get one volley in, but here we go. My poor silver bullets are going to get crunched, and I'm going to have to come in here with my demigryphs. But he has so much cavalry here that... it's not looking good. Here he gets a nice side charge into these spearmen. Karl Franz is in here. We've got some nice damage early on to these Royal Pegasus Knights. But he's got these peasant mob for his main line, so that's not looking too good. These foot squires are going to get in there. My spearmen are coming in, more of his knights errant, more of his questing knights. And this is just going to be a big old blob. And here you can see he's dropping Earthblood. And I am dropping Earthblood as well. Yeah, but you can see my Royal Altar of Griffites here just taking a ton of damage in this blob. Here I think I'm casting an Awakening of the Wood. Trying to do any damage I can here. My silver bullets still not being able to pull out. And here finally, there we go. The Knights Errants are terrified off by my Royal Altar of Griffites. These guys are routing. I've got some spearmen in here, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Here, a Comet of Cassandora is going to come down on these spearmen. Let's watch this. Boom! Just like annihilated that bunch of spearmen there. But yeah, here you can see just like getting some work done here on these Royal Pegasus Knights. Dropping another Awakening of the Wood. Proccing that Earthblood. And you can see my main line here winning. My greatswords won over here. Now they're going to come finish them off. My greatswords are winning over here. Karl Franz is able to kind of get these guys, terrify them off. But you can see the Fey Enchantress still at full health. And she's going to be too fast on that Unicorn, really, for me to do anything. Awakening the Wood coming down here. And you can see I've won the main line. And I've kind of scared off his cavalry, but he's still got a lot left. He's got the Fey Enchantress full health. He's got these cavalry, and he's going to be squashing the remains of my silver bullets that I forgot about as they routed off the field. So definitely not good here. And so I realize I can't catch these guys. I can't extend my Royal Altar of Griffites like that, so I'm going to be coming over here, trying to finish off these Royal Pegasus Knights. These Royal Pegasus Knights. Say that 10 times fast. And at this point, I am out of mana. So I think so. We'll be seeing how that works out. But you can see here, he's still got his surround on me. He's still got a decent number of troops left. And he's still got the Royal Pegasus Knights and a bunch of pretty healthy cavalry here. And my demigryphs are almost dead. And so here I'm just going to be running around, trying to clean up his infantry, trying to get that, oh man, the army losses to kick in. So here comes his cavalry, and I'm just going to be chasing off these. I'm moving my spearmen into a line in the front to kind of take the charge. But I don't know if they're going to get there in time. Oh, yeah, see there, I'm going to countercharge. Definitely a mistake. You can see there, he's going to get a nice round and just start slaughtering these spearmen on the charge. But they are spearmen. Over here, I only have the mana left for, I guess, an Awakening in the Wood, and that's going to be proccing over here. But major mistake here, don't break off some troops to charge into these foot squires. And here you can see the attack in the flank is going to be hit on all of these troops. So if I just pulled off some troops here to countercharge, these troops would not be routing here. And also, great Comet of Cassador is going to come down right here and just decimate a bunch of my troops that were blocked here. And you can see it's just going to start a chain route across all of my units. Oh man. Got a little overconfident there. And you can see all of my troops are now routing. Karl Franz is being taken down. And it is the power bar has shifted back into his favor. And that's going to be that for this Anti-Bretonnian army. Here comes another Awakening of the Wood, I think. And yeah, that's going to be that. So definitely a couple of mistakes there. Didn't micro my silver bullets back after they routed off the field. Blobbed up too much there and didn't countercharge those guys that were going to attack me in the back. I think if I had not done made those couple of mistakes, that this was definitely winnable. You saw the balance of power was in my favor prior to this last engagement, so I definitely had the tools available, but I just blobbed up and got a little overconfident there, and so now it's just going to be Karl Franz. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So anyways, great game to my opponent. Let's go take a look at the kills. You can see my greatswords just... Well, I guess that's mostly peasant mob and foot squires, but you can see they did their job. The spearmen here didn't get very many kills. I would have kind of expected them to do better here, but they got kind of side charged and damaged by the questing knights and the knights errant when they charged in. And you can see here my Royal Altar of Griffites just not really performing as well as you would think, especially when supported by that overcast Earthblood for the initial engagement against these guys. Just because he had such an overwhelming cavalry advantage here. And I didn't really use my spearmen well enough to block out all of his charges. But yeah, really great. I love this army composition here from Bretonnia. Not overdoing it on the foot squires and having a ton of money here invested in your cavalry. Definitely a great game to... I'm not even going to try and say that. But yeah, 28 kills on the peasant mob, actually pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, so let's hop into the next one. Again, I'm going to be bringing my Anti-Bretonnian build. And this time, this guy's taken a smaller cavalry force, but a larger archer force. So he's got 2 peasants with pox arrows and 1 with fire arrows. I have my same army here. And over here you can see the Bretonnians. They've got a main line of foot squires backed up by 4 men-at-arms with polearms. And then he's got 3 questing knights. He's got the Grail Reliquae and the Fey Enchantress. So that's something I've been seeing a lot more of, bringing that Fey Enchantress. So here we go. I'm just going to be trying to engage And great target here of the archers. Shoot these Royal Aldergrifites, trying to get them off the field. And there's really not much I can do about it. I've spent so much money here and on these guys, but he will beat me out in the open ground. So I can't just kind of take this fight out here, especially when he's got more in reserve. My silver bullets hopefully will be firing soon, but they might be obstructed. Here I'm going to be casting Awakening of the Wood, and you can see I'm just kind of trying to get that main line engagement. I don't know why my Royal Aldergrifites here are engaged. Definitely didn't mean to do that. And my Spearmen are engaged. I don't quite know why I threw them in there. I'm getting back used to the game a little bit. But here my Spearmen are going to be trying to intercept these Questing Knights. I'm going to be pulling them out, realizing my mistake. Nice rear charge from these Questing Knights. And these Questing Knights are going to come crash through the main line to kind of support this fight. I'm going to be bringing my Royal Aldergrifites, or trying to, across through here to get into these Questing Knights. And you can see Colonel Franz here in the middle, just kind of tearing stuff up, tossing people around. Over here you can see slowly I'm doing some good damage to these guys, but you can see just how much damage my Royal Aldergrifites took from that arrow fire and from that rear charge from the Questing Knights. Great flesh to stone here will help against my Spearmen, but not really against my Royal Aldergrifites, because they do have mostly armor-piercing damage. So my silver bullets here trying to kind of support this fight, shooting into these Questing Knights, doing some good damage. And you can see I feel like I'm winning the front line, but it's very hard to tell. So I've scared off one Questing Knight. The other Questing Knight is dying, but my Royal Aldergrifites are down, and my other Demigryph Knights are very, very hurt. So who knows if it's quite up to par. I do have some Spearmen around here. My silver bullets are getting a nice rear side shot into these guys, trying to sway this fight into my favor. As my Spearmen and my Demigryph Knights just try and finish off these just devastating volleys there from the archers. And you can see I'm going to try and pull through and get to them. But my Demigryphs are so spread out, they're going to take a lot of damage here on this charge out. And they're going to be drawn back. I don't know why they were engaged over here. I must have misclicked. But it's going to cause, like, the one tool I almost had here after I beat the cavalry force is going to be scared off very easily, because it's going to be pulling through that whole line there. So you can see my main line, we've kind of mainly traded here. We still got some great swords in the middle. I still got this side is winning just slightly. And these Questing Knights are almost dead, but they're not out of the game yet. Over here you can see my Spearmen just kind of holding against these guys. I don't really know who will win in this fight, but he has more money invested over there. Karl Franz is over here, kind of just beating people up. My Demigryph Knights are going to be coming back. And here you can see I'm just going to converge. I know I can't catch these Peasant Bowmen, so I just need to kill all his melee infantry. Here comes the Royal Aldergrifites, going to drop an Earthblood on them. But he has these Questing Knights in reserve, and they're going to come finish these guys off. But I do have my Wizard, and I'm going to be just trying to catch these guys, clean them up. Here we go. It's looking okay for me. I got these Spearmen. I got all these troops coming back. But so does he. He's still got his Fey Enchantress. I don't know what she's doing over here. But it's lucky for me that she's over there. And so you can see here, terrifying these... they must be getting terrified from the Royal Aldergrifites. Great Earth Blood coming down there. But even if I can terrify these guys off, I have nothing to catch them with. I have my Jade Wizard, but really nothing else. Here you can see Karl Franz just trying to kill this Grail Reliquary. But it's taking forever. I don't understand. He should be able to just mop the floor with this thing, but it's taken a lot longer than I would think. Over here, some Questing Knights get in against my Jade Wizard, who is chasing after some wizards. So I'm going to bring Karl Franz in here to help. Trying to finish off these Questing Knights, but did they just stick around until like the very end? They have like no health left, no models. The Grail Reliquary is even routing off the field, but they're pretty good morale here. There you can see Flesh of Stone is going to be pretty nice, but Karl Franz does have armor-piercing damage. You can see my Jade Wizard over here, just trying to stop these guys from shooting, but there's really nothing I can do. His Fey Enchantress running off, gonna do some good damage here to my Jade Wizard. He is out of mana though, so I'm not too worried about him anymore. But he is one of the few things I have that can like catch these guys, because I need my Lord over here to fight the Fey Enchantress. But you can see she is actually not dying at all, really, to Karl Franz. She should just like be completely wrecked, but there she goes. She's going to be running off, chasing the Jade Wizard off the field while I try and finish off these Foot Squires. The fight against the polearm still going on over there, and they're getting a nice rear shot into my greatswords, and there's really nothing I can do about it, sadly. And you can see balance of power greatly in his favor. I'm going to be bringing Karl Franz over here, get a nice devastating attack on that questing knight. If I have any chance of winning this, it's through Karl Franz, and not really through my infantry. So there you can see, finally shatter these guys. I'm going to be bringing Karl Franz in against the Fey Enchantress. I figure if I can just kill her, game over, right? If I can just get her off the field, it'll be fine. But she's just like not dying. Very slowly. You know, that's fine. Here we go. I figure we're just gonna tank it out. We're gonna kill her in like one hit. She just keeps she just keeps surviving. Just like, there we go, wavering. But you know, it took too long. Here we go. Karl Franz is now gonna rout here while fighting off these peasant archers. And yeah, you know, Fey Enchantress just like pulling it out. So you can see there are two very, very close games there against Bretonnia, and two kind of just like vicious losses that I think I definitely could have won those if I just microed my troops right, especially one of those Demigryph Knights, and definitely my Spearmen and my Silver Bullets. If I'd kind of used those guys correctly, I think I would have definitely been able to win those. But, you know, a little rusty after my sickness, and there we go, two losses as the Empire versus Bretonnia. But I love both of these builds from Bretonnia, both of them Fey Enchantress build. I like that, going cheap on heroes and going wide on infantry. That's really, really good. And I think it's definitely a more fun way to play. It's kind of the way I've been playing forever. You know, with my like almost full stacks of armies every time. But now kind of everybody else is kind of joining in on that, and not hero spamming quite as much. And I really like it, and I've been having a ton of fun. And I definitely like these matchups against Bretonnia. I think if I had done them right, I could have won, but my opponents had a lot of good plays there, and definitely a lot of better micro than me. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope to show you some victories with my Empire, Anti-Bretonnian Empire build in the future. But those are the ones I played, those are the ones I got, so I threw them up for you. Anyways, thanks for watching, and that's that.